Hi, today we got the newest snapshot for Minecraft, which is 25W16A, and we actually got many nice features, which include the leash things, happy gas changes, and even cloud changes. So also, I make the fastest news on Minecraft YouTube, so if anyone is new here, please like and subscribe because it will really be helpful to support my channel. I will go through most of the things that are added, except for some technical changes which are always in snapshots, but most people actually skip them, and I do that too. Alright, so change number 1. Leashes are actually so double as thick as they were before. This is to match Bedrock because Bedrock had this before. So this is another nice change, and yeah, you maybe notice this, that the leashes are much more visible now. Alright, we got another game changing feature. So first of all, when you just get one mob and you get another mob, you can just do this and then shift and then connect both of them. As you can see, they are now connected and they will actually lead each other, which is amazing. This change will probably improve many of these things in the game. Alright, so while you can actually leash two mobs together, you can't actually hold them anymore. But you can actually do, I think, this thing. So you can just make a leash train. And I think you can do some with more mobs. So let me just, get you here. And then let me just get another lead. And I can actually just do this. So now I can actually transport as many animals as I want in just another line. Now let's also test that for the happy GHAST. So let's just take a lead and let's let's do this. And as you guys can see, let me just unleash this guy here and let me start flying on this guy. As you guys can see, I think I'm actually leading all these mobs. Wait, let me just get a boost into the air. Oh, it actually doesn't work. Alright, so the leash is just actually breaking somewhere, I think, and that's the problem. Alright, so the way you can actually connect these things is that if you just take a happy GHAST. Okay, let's just put a harness here, have a snowball in your hand, take a oak or take a normal boat, put an animal here. Wait, bro, just get in here. Let me just lure him into the boat. So now I actually have to leash this first, and then I actually need to leash him here, and as you can see, it's connected. Wait, let me just take out the snowball so it can actually look normal. As you can see, this texture looks like this, and whoa, I need to get a picture of this, so this looks amazing. So as you can see, he flies just freely with his little cow, and when I sit here, I can also do that. So now let's actually test if I can do that to more animals. Alright, so now let's test another cow, and now let's actually leash him here. Wait, I need to shift actually. So let's just shift him here. And yes, he's actually connected to another one of these boats. So as you can see, these boats are now stacking, and you can have much more players here. So now, let's just put another cow here. Come on, okay, so now let's actually take a lead, shift, and he's connected too. Now let's take another boat, let's take another cow, let's take a lead, and let's see if that's the limit. Alright, wait. Let's see if that's actually okay. I'm not shifting, I'm so sorry. And yes, I've actually connected 4 boats. I don't know what the maximum is, but I'll test. Alright, so I actually put 10 different boats on him. And now, let's just go for a little flight. So now let's just go up and fly at... What is even happening? I'm having 10 boats and they are just flying. And I think that is flying as slow as normally. But as you guys can see, this is just amazing. You can just transport villagers, everything you want. This is probably the strongest mob ever now. Alright, so another thing that they added is if the releashing an entity will result in an imminent leash snapping due to the distance, the releashing will not happen. And also, leashes can be snipped from an entity by just using shears. So let me just get the shears. And let me just... Oh! And I snipped all of them with just one try. Alright, so these pencils can actually also snip them from mobs. So these two mobs are now leashed. And now they're actually snipped again, which is pretty cool. Another thing that they added is that they improved the leash physics with reworked leash physics, allowing more stable leash connections, especially when leash entities are not on the ground. So it'd be a lot easier to actually do that now. When dragged on the leash, leash objects will now orient themselves towards the leasher, which is also nice. Using a fire rocket when flying with leash entities will now break the leash connections, so flying with an Elytra won't probably be the best choice now. When leashing an already leashed mob with the current leash will now snap and the player will release the object to yourself. You cannot steal leashed entities from other players, which is also pretty cool. And interactions with the leash knot and fence block has actually changed. Alright, so when interacting with the leash knot or a fence block, if there's any player leashed entities in the range of the leash knot, they will be released. Well, oh my days, this is actually so hard to do. So yeah, they will just change actually the system when you release them and when you get them. If there's nothing left attached here, it will just be, yeah, it will disappear, because before when something disappeared from here, the knot would actually still exist. Boat and all large mobs can actually be leashed, but cannot fit in the boat. So horses, donkey, mule, camel and sniffer can now be leashed in a special 4-leash configuration with the happy GHAST. Alright, so when you actually leash this guy, and when you leash them, they will just make this configuration, which I talked about before. So you can actually just travel with him. Even if this mob is in a boat, it will actually just keep flying like if it was a boat connected to him, which is so cool. Alright, so also leash snapping distance has been changed from 10 to 12 blocks. And this is amazing because now we can just, yeah, make the leashes walk a little longer. And also Happy GHAST leash is now longer with free roaming distance of 10 blocks and leash snapping at 16 blocks. Also, another feature that I haven't explained pretty well is that when you have your Elytra on and when you try to glide, before when you touch a block, it will just fly. But let's just say that I'm gliding now and I'm touching a block, it actually boosts me, which is pretty helpful. So, wait, let me just start gliding and I touch a block, instead of the firework just flying in the air, it actually, yeah, starts doing that. But when I'm standing normally, it will still fly. But again, let's just for comparison, okay, let me just glide, okay. Now it actually just works like this. It will always be used as a boost when you have your Elytra on and when you're gliding. So this is honestly amazing. And that's everything for this video. Were the teasers predictable? Really predictable. So I actually like that. Thanks for being here and thanks for watching this video. Make sure to watch my other videos and some other news, and make sure to subscribe to be active with all the other news that are going to happen soon. So yeah, see you next week, hopefully, and also have a good day, so bye. And also, if you are a fan of the removed textures, I just gotta tell you that we are getting part 2 and part 3 and even part 2 and even more pretty soon. So make sure to, yeah, be on my channel if you want more videos like this or more videos like this, because I'm going to experiment with some content soon. And also, this update is looking really clear. We don't know if that's all that is going to be added, hopefully not. So yeah, we'll just go to see next time. Okay, and there's someone just drilling as the neighbors, so I gotta end. So thank you, bye.